Hello again, everybody. It's Charlie, and welcome back to another instalment of Bitesize Leeds on the Chatting Leeds YouTube channel. Hope everyone's doing great today, as always. So then, guys, you know how it goes down on Bitesize Leeds. All the latest transfer news, general news about Leeds United, it all goes down on this. Just before I get into it, smash that like button. Please subscribe and share all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And let's get straight into it. So then, guys, first up on this morning's instalment, just thought I'd touch upon the fact that apparently, according to The Athletic, Leeds United have joined the race with Forest and Southampton for the signature of Wolves attacking midfielder Morgan Gibbs-White. Gibbs-White, who is apparently valued at around £20 million, is available on the market. Obviously, he was on loan at Sheffield United for the season that's just finished, helping them get to the playoff semi-finals. And he actually scored in the second leg against Nottingham Forest. From what I've seen of this guy, really good ball carrier. He can play as a number 10. He can play out wide, and he can play as like a false 9 up front as well. I think that's where he was playing against Forest that night in the second leg when he managed to score a goal. So yeah, really like the look of this lad. I don't really know where he would fit our team. Obviously, if we are adapting this 4-2-2-2, I know I said he could play as a cam or out wide, so you'd probably be looking at maybe Aronson and Gibbs-White as the two cams in behind the strikers, or you could partner him with Bamford. He could play like in behind Bamford up front. There's many different ways that you could use this guy, which I think the versatility of him is a massive factor into why us, Forest and Southampton, are after him. I, for one, would really want to see him at Leeds, 100%. But, you know, he's at Wolves at the minute. He is a Wolves player. Is he going to break into their team again? Are Southampton and Nottingham Forest more realistic options for him? I personally think that he would get game time at Leeds. I think if you sign any player for 20 million plus, you need to be playing them, whether it's as a rotation player or a certain starter week in, week out. Not 100% sure if it would be a certain starter, and that's not me saying that I wouldn't start him week in, week out. I probably would, but I'm not a football manager. So it depends how Marsh wants to go about things in terms of the attacking areas. But like I just said, I do feel that he would be an amazing addition. Briefly speaking about Forest there, we'll touch upon a player that's been on loan at Nottingham Forest this season from Manchester United. I've briefly spoke about him in previous uploads of Bitesize Leeds, and that is James Garner. Now, the reason why I'm speaking about him on this video is because in the last sort of day or two, I've seen a few different outlets reporting. How true this is, I don't know. I know I did say in the upload yesterday that Calvin looks like he's going to stay, but apparently Manchester United would be willing to let Garner come to Leeds if it was part of a like cash plus Calvin Phillips like swap deal type thing. For me, that's a load of rubbish. And you might be thinking, why am I talking about it then if it's a load of rubbish? Well, the reason why I'm talking about it is because I think James Garner would be a great addition anyway. I think him and Calvin Phillips in the pivot would be amazing. Garner can play as a number 6, a number 8, and as kind of a little bit more further forward as well. I do feel that if we were to acquire James Garner, that he would partner Phillips in the double pivot, a role where I think, both really gifted on the ball, but both good passers, technically good with the ball at the feet. I think that could be a really, really decent partnership. Yes, he's a scummer, but, he can't help that, can he? But like I said, I do feel that him and Calvin in that role would be good together. And again, like I said about Gibbs-White, from what I've seen of Ghana in the Championship this season, people think that players in the Championship are not good because they're in the Championship. But as I keep alluding to, you've got Gibbs-White, who's just been at Sheffield United, James Garner, O'Brien at Huddersfield, John Swift at Reading, Brennan Johnson, Jed Spence. These are players that are serious ballers. But yes, some of them have just been promoted from the Championship. Others are still in there for now. I do think the likes of O'Brien, Garner, I do think they will get Premier League moves, whether it's to Leeds, who knows? I hope it's for Leeds so that we've got depth. And it would be some good depth to have as well, because there's certain players in this squad who, for me, are just not going to cut it. But that's for another video. So we'll move on then to not really transfer news as such, but just something that I thought I'd touch upon. Apparently, Charlie Cresswell is set to have a meeting with Marsh over the coming days or weeks to discuss his future in terms of this season, like his role in our squad. Is he going to be a starter? Is he going to be a rotation player? Is he going to be someone that's just on the bench but rarely used, like he has been a lot this season? It's a tough one. I think in terms of my preferred centre-back partnership, I would go Koch at right centre-back and Strauch at left centre-back. Cooper, I would keep in the squad. Obviously, he's captain, but I would keep him for sort of the motivation and the leadership side. And obviously, if any of the centre-backs are injured, he is a really solid option. Charlie Cresswell, for me, gets in the team over Llorente. Again, that might be a hot take, but I think Llorente is way too erratic on the ball. He's okay defensively, but he does look shaky in like nervous situations. Like, look at the Brentford game. Yes, we ended up winning and we stayed up, which is obviously amazing. But within 30 seconds, Llorente gives them a corner, and that game could have been completely different had they converted that. So for me, Cresswell does get in ahead of Llorente. I would rather let Llorente go than Cresswell. I think Cresswell's got huge potential. He's a right unit as well. Like, I would not want to be an attacker squaring up to Charlie Cresswell. And if he and a certain someone that I'll be getting onto in a second are on that right hand side, it's a scary right hand side. I do agree that I shouldn't be starting games week in, week out, but I do think that there'll be certain fixtures in this upcoming season where Cresswell could play and he could make a difference. Whether it's we adapt to a back three and he comes in, whether it's we're playing against, no disrespect, but like a lower caliber of opposition, I would trust Cresswell. He did play against West Ham at home at Ellen Road earlier on in the season just finished, and he had a right game. He handled Antonio really well. So there is definitely a potential there. It'll just be interesting to see whether, because apparently in an interview he said that he wants minutes, whether it's at Leeds or out on loan. So I don't think it'd be the worst thing in the world for Cresswell to go out on loan and have some experience. He could do a job in the Championship 100%. But part of me would want to see him as a rotation player this season. But again, hit me up with your thoughts on that, guys. Should Charlie Cresswell be a starter or should he be in the squad? Would you sell or loan him? Hit me up in the comments with what you think about that. And finally, I've saved the most exciting and most interesting news till the end. Rasmus Kristensen of RB Salzburg, the Danish international right back. I have touched upon him, that Leeds were in a battle with Borussia Dortmund and apparently Brentford now as well for his signature. But Fabrizio Romano has confirmed on Twitter yesterday that Leeds United have agreed personal terms with Christensen, and apparently the fee that's been accepted is 10 million euros, which is about 9 million quid, which for his numbers on the season that's just finished seems like a really good deal. I do want to caveat it and just say, it is the Austrian Bundesliga. It's not the Premier League. It's not La Liga, the German Bundesliga. It's not Ligue 1. So I can appreciate why some people might be a little bit, but it's, I get it. You have to caveat it for if it doesn't work out, but I've seen him and I've seen people say that he looks like Steve Morrison, which I can't unsee it now. Like, he does look like Steve Morrison. I hope he's a better footballer than him for 10 million euro. But and as I was alluding to, if Cresswell got into the team, Charlie Cresswell and that Christensen at right hand side, he looks a unit as well, doesn't he? That does the Danish international. Apparently, as I said, personal terms agreed. The fee is going to be 10 million euros, which is very close to being accepted. It might have been accepted now. But I think we'll probably hear something today or over the course of this weekend announcing Christensen as a Leeds United player. 2 signings early doors within the first sort of 2.5 week of staying up. It's good to see that Orta, Rads and Kinnear at the minute seem like they've learnt the lesson from last summer and, you know, them doing business early. It'd be nice if we could get another. Obviously, Christensen looks like he'll be signing soon, so that's 2 signings. I'd like at least another 2 in prior to pre-season tour in Australia. I think it'd be good to get, you know, the team gelling. But this, you know, it's 2 players from RB Salzburg as well who will know each other's game. Yes, the other ends at pitch, but they'll still know each other's game. They'll be aware of each other's attributes. So I can only see that as a positive. By the way, if you didn't see the other night, Aronson's goal for America, really good finish. Good assist by Pulisic as well. I've seen a lot of people say that Marsh should go for him as his American, but I do think Chelsea will keep hold of him. At Ellen Road against us in that awful, awful game at Ellen Road, Pulisic ran the show. If he was available to us at a decent price, I'd get him in 100%. I would find a way to fit him into our team. What a player he is. But yeah, that's all I've got to discuss really, guys, on this morning's instalment. I really hope that you've enjoyed it. There'll be no Bitesize Leeds over the weekend, people. I am going to try and keep it as a Monday to Friday thing, obviously, so I can have the weekend to do a bit of research on what else is happening. But I just thought I'd come on and discuss these topics with you this morning, and I hope that everyone enjoys the rest of their bank holiday weekend. Hit that like button. Please subscribe, share all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And if you haven't already, go check out the membership that's available on Chatting Leeds. It's £1.99 a month, and it'd be great if you could support the channel. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.